In our last episode, we explored how a small donut shop in California transformed into Denny's, the iconic 24-hour diner known coast to coast. From breakfast counters to American culture, Denny's showed us that every great brand has a story worth telling. Today, we turn the page to something different. A furniture company that didn't just change how we shop, it changed how we live. Flat pack furniture, maze-like stores, and those unmistakable Swedish meatballs. For millions, IKEA is a weekend destination, not just a furniture store. But behind every bookshelf and cabinet lies a remarkable story. One that began not in a boardroom, but in the Swedish countryside. What started with a teenager's dream became one of the most recognizable and accessible brands in the world. Today, we'll dive deep into how IKEA started and how it changed the way the world decorates its home. In 1943, a 17-year-old boy named Ingvar Kamprad founded a small company in the village of Älmhult, Sweden. He named it IKEA, a combination of his initials, I and K, and the first letters of Elmteryd, his family's farm, and Agunnaryd, his hometown. Ingvar wasn't born into wealth, but he was resourceful. He started by selling everyday goods like pens, lighters, and fish. Using a borrowed bicycle, he delivered products himself to customers scattered across rural Sweden. Ingvar had a talent for logistics. He knew how to keep costs low and customers happy. Even as a teenager, he kept ledgers and analyzed price margins. His early success wasn't just about sales. It was about trust. He kept prices low, delivered reliably, and treated customers with respect. That foundation would define IKEA's philosophy for decades to come. By 1948, just 5 years in, Ingvar noticed something. Furniture was too expensive for most people. So he added a new category to his catalog: small, simple, affordable furniture. Chairs, tables, and desks started appearing alongside ink and photo frames. At first, he sourced these items from local manufacturers. But as demand grew, it became clear that shipping assembled furniture was inefficient and expensive. Then came a light bulb moment. A worker removed the legs from a table to fit it in a customer's car. Ingvar saw genius in the simplicity. This was the birth of flat pack furniture. Products would now be designed for disassembly, stacked into slim boxes, ready for transport, and assembled by the buyer. This new model slashed costs, simplified storage, and turned logistics into a competitive advantage. It was a small adjustment that revolutionized an industry. In 1951, IKEA launched its first catalog dedicated to furniture. It became a marketing powerhouse, not just a product list, but a vision of modern Scandinavian living. People flipped through pages, imagining their homes transformed. Then, in 1953, IKEA opened its first showroom. Here, customers could see, touch, and test the furniture before ordering. It was immersive, customer-friendly, and innovative, all at once. Showrooms were laid out like homes, turning shopping into exploration. As demand exploded, IKEA outgrew its small suppliers. In response, it began designing and manufacturing its own products. This allowed total control over pricing, quality, and design. By the 1960s, stores began appearing outside Sweden. The formula, clean designs, low prices, clever logistics, was universal. From Scandinavia to Germany and soon across Europe, IKEA was on its way to becoming a global name. IKEA's brand wasn't just about the products, it was the experience. Stores were designed like mazes, guiding customers through fully decorated room setups. Each section told a story: a kitchen, a bedroom, a first apartment. Swedish product names created a playful, quirky vibe. Minimalist design and neutral colors felt modern and universal. IKEA embraced its heritage proudly, using the Swedish flag colors, offering meatballs in the cafeteria, and naming products after Nordic places. The cafeteria was more than a perk. It was part of the strategy. Feeding shoppers kept them energized and willing to linger. By the 1980s, the IKEA brand stood for much more than furniture. It represented affordable lifestyle, practical design, and the joy of doing it yourself. IKEA democratized design. For the first time, stylish furniture wasn't reserved for the wealthy. College students, new families, and first-time renters all found modern pieces they could afford and feel proud of. The ripple effect was huge. IKEA normalized the idea of assembling furniture at home. It influenced retail by making showrooms interactive. It even sparked the minimalist trend long before it was popular online. Culturally, IKEA became a symbol of independence and new beginnings. For many, their first IKEA trip marked the start of adult life. And through pop culture, movies, and memes, the brand found a home far beyond Sweden. No empire grows without bumps. In the 1990s, a dark chapter from Ingvar Kamprad's youth resurfaced. His involvement with pro-fascist groups in the 1940s. Kamprad publicly apologized, calling it the greatest mistake of my life. The admission sparked backlash, but also honesty. Meanwhile, the company faced criticism over labor practices and environmental impact. Some factories were linked to poor working conditions. Environmental groups called out waste and deforestation. IKEA responded by doubling down on responsibility. It launched sustainability programs, invested in renewable energy, and committed to sourcing wood and cotton ethically. By owning its mistakes and adapting, IKEA preserved its reputation while pushing for better practices. Today, IKEA operates more than 400 stores in over 50 countries. It serves over 800 million customers a year and continues to innovate, from modular furniture for small spaces to app-based room planners. The catalog has gone digital. Stores now offer electric vehicle charging, rooftop solar, and even second-hand resale sections. The brand is investing in biodegradable materials and flat-pack housing to address homelessness. Yet at its core, IKEA remains the same: stylish, functional, and affordable design for everyone. A company built on simplicity continues to evolve without losing its soul. Ingvar Kamprad once said, "Most things still remain to be done, a glorious future." That spirit continues to guide IKEA. From a teenager's side hustle to a global movement, IKEA isn't just a brand, it's an idea. That good design should be accessible. That innovation comes from simplicity. That every screw turned by a customer is a small act of empowerment. This is how IKEA started. Not as a company, but as a quiet revolution, built with an Allen key and a vision for the many, not the few. If you enjoyed this kind of story, consider subscribing to The Founding Room for more deep dives into how iconic companies got their start. Got a brand you're curious about? Leave a comment below and tell us which company you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.